Twitter and Facebook censor Republican members of Congress at a rate of 53-1 compared to Democrats. Twitter suspends conservatives 21 times more often than liberals. Facebook created 2 internal tools in the aftermath of Trump's 2016 victory that suppress right-wing content, media traffic, and reach on its platform.
The bias against conservatives, it is still, I am amazed when people say, this doesn't happen, these are all anecdotal, this is all in your head. Or a woman was at a social media hearing a few weeks back, and she said, oh, this is all your hurt feelings. You can't base your policies based off of your hurt feelings because you have been suspended from these platforms. That's not true. Yes, people might get their feelings hurt, but now the verdict is in. The confluence of evidence shows that all of these mistakes, all of these errors when it comes to content moderation of political viewpoints, they all go in one direction. And I defy people to have the degree and the pervasiveness and the number and the frequency of suspensions and bans that happen on the leftist progressive side. It just doesn't happen. And if it does happen, it's for a mere 24 hours. The one whose rights were violated on the platform is apologized to profusely by these big tech platforms. I can think of one Democratic politician who got an obsequious apology when her account was flagged. And this doesn't happen for conservatives. And in the hearing, I named off a list of not just Congress members, but regular people, Christian conservatives and commentators who have been flagged, suspended, banned permanently. I mean, basically, you look at the President of the United States of America, the then sitting president, the most powerful man in the world, kicked off of these platforms, also kicked off of 17 individual digital platforms within 2 weeks in January 2021. That is, in my mind, a very big data point when it comes to conservative censorship. And the rest, we can go through additional data points, not just individuals where this has happened, but now actual research is being done. The Media Research Center is leading the way here, and they found that at a rate of 53-1, Republican members of Congress are flagged or suspended or scrutinized by these companies compared to Democrat politicians. We've seen studies like one done by a then Columbia researcher in 2019 who canvassed Twitter since the inception of 2006, since the platform began, and he looked at to see if censorship was all in our heads, and he determined that no, in fact, Twitter is more heavily weighted against pulling down conservative content. His slice of study and analysis, this was for Colette Magazine in 2019, basically said that Twitter suspends conservatives 21 times more often than liberals, according to that specific analysis in 2019. And then you look at what Facebook admits. Credit to the whistleblower documents for exposing this too. They created 2 internal tools after Trump won in 2016 that suppressed right-wing or very conservative media content. And if those tools had been removed, and this is Facebook's own internal research, if those tools had been removed, then these conservative-leaning outlets would have had tens of percentages of more traffic and reach on Facebook's site. And they have numbers that go to this as well. You can look it up in the Wall Street Journal. And then finally, we have a Real Clear Politics analysis that talks about your own outlet. The Daily Caller also talks about Breitbart, also talks about the Federalist, and discusses how their search visibility shrank, Breitbart in particular, by 99% on Google compared to the 2016 election cycle. So from 2016 versus 2020, that search visibility on Google was inordinately diminished. That to me, you're seeing a very clear pattern here. We have additional, not just anecdotes, but additional examples to prove that this is happening. So anyone who denies that conservative or viewpoint censorship, or even just heterodox views that go against the predominant leftist narrative, anyone who denies that reality, their eyes are not open and they are not paying attention.